Hi, here we are for session 2 of our phonics this week, and we are carrying on thinking about the suffix full. I wonder if you spotted any words with the suffix full once we started thinking about it yesterday. I find that I tend to notice them once we've started the suffix for the week, and I can suddenly hear a few more of them, maybe when I'm watching the television or reading a book. So you could be on a bit of a spot this week. So our suffix is full, and I've had a go, like I do sometimes, of trying to write a word by using the suffix full. And I wonder if you could tell me if I'm right or wrong. So pause the video and have a think. Okay, well, hopefully you have had a think about whether I have written the word wonderful correctly or if I've made a mistake. I wonder what you thought. Why don't you show me with your A-OK fingers? So A-OK means I've got it right, and give me a really big thumbs down if I've got it wrong. What? I got it wrong? Hang on a minute. What did I forget? Let's have a look. You are right, and I am wrong. I spelt wonderful incorrectly because I put 2 L's at the end. I'll go back and show you. Had 2 L's at the end, and we remembered yesterday that when we add the suffix full to a word, we only have 1 L at the end. So well done if you spotted that I'd made a mistake, because this is actually how you spell the word wonderful. Now, because it's our second day of looking at our suffix, you know that I'm going to show you some different rules we need to try and remember. Okay, I'm going to do the same today. So we need to think about if we have words ending in Y. Now, I expect you can remember from previous weeks, one of the things we tend to do if we come across a word ending in Y before we add a suffix. Why don't you pause the video, talk to who you're with, see if you can remember what that was. Okay, so what we've discovered over these last few weeks when we've been doing our suffix work is that when a word ends in Y, a lot of the time we have to change that Y to an I before adding the suffix. Okay, now this is the case with these words here. Okay, and I'm going to try and change them on the board for you at the same time. So I've got the word beauty, and if I want to add the suffix full, I'm going to change the Y to an I, and then I'm going to add my suffix full. So now I've got the word beautiful. Okay. Now I can have the word playful. But again, this is something we've noticed in the past. If we've got a vowel before the Y, we're not going to change it. We're just going to add our suffix on the end. So what do you think is going to happen with the word joy? Do you think I'm going to change the Y to an I before adding full, or do you think it's just going to go on the end? Have a think. Well, actually, joy is similar to the word play in that we've got a vowel before that last Y. So we are just going to add full on the end. What about the word plenty? So if we've got lots of something, we've got plenty of it, we want to say, oh, we have a plentiful supply of food or a plentiful supply of toys. What do you think we're going to do with this word? This is going to be the same as beautiful. So we're going to take off the Y, add I, and then we're going to add our suffix. So what we've got are 4 words that end in Y, but we've got 2 different ways to do it. Now, what I would like you to do, if you've got a whiteboard and a pen, please could you write these words out on your whiteboard? If you haven't got a whiteboard or a pen, that's fine. Please could you just write these words out at the top of a piece of paper, okay? Because we're going to use them in a minute. So write them at the top of a piece of paper ready to do something else. Pause the video and let's see you writing out these words for me. Okay, so please can you do a check? Have you just got one L at the end of each word? Brilliant. And in playful and joyful, we should still have the Y, but in beautiful and plentiful, we shouldn't have a Y anymore, we should have an I. Okay, so here's the last thing. I enjoyed looking for these photos, and I found 3 different photos which I thought you would be able to use those words for to describe something in the picture. So for example, you could choose the word joyful, and you could say, the children were joyful as they played with the ball. Or you could say, the children were joyful when they went on the swing. Okay, let's do one more. So we could use the word beautiful, and we could say, the snow was cold but beautiful. Or we could say, the beautiful grass was underneath the trees. So it doesn't really matter which sentences you come up with. A little bit like a description of something in these pictures. I'd love you to have a go and see what you can come up with. We've got those 4 words that you've written down on your whiteboard or on your piece of paper. So you've got beautiful, joyful, playful, and plentiful. Now, plentiful is probably the trickiest one. So you want to think about what in these pictures have we got lots of? Okay, if there's a plentiful supply, there's lots of something. So that's kind of like your challenge. Okay, why don't you pause the video now and have a go at writing 4 sentences that think about something in these photographs. Off you go. Great, well, welcome back. I hope that you enjoyed looking at those photos and writing some sentences for them. I'm really looking forward to reading what you've come up with, because I really liked those 3 photos, even though they were quite different. One thing you could do, if you've got a ruler, you could underline the word that you've added the suffix to so that it really stands out in your sentence. That would be really super. Okay, we've got one more day of the suffix full, which we're going to do tomorrow. So I look forward to seeing you on Friday. Have a good rest of the day. Bye.